Lick the Spoon with Beth and Jayme. I'm super excited because my partner in crime is back from her amazing vacation in Belize, and I'm so excited to hear about it. So what's up, Jayme?
Well, I had an awesome time, and I'm actually happy to be home, which, I mean...
Shocking.
It kind of is. It kind of is. I think it's because my family didn't come with me. And if they had been with me, I could have stayed there for a lot longer.
Oh, but how many days were you there?
9 or 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was following you on Instagram. I was getting a little jealous, so I let's not look at it every day.
Well, I actually posted way more frequently while I was on vacation. And I think that I don't think I've posted anything on Instagram since I've been back.
No. Yeah, I can't. No, you posted your nails because you got cute nails today.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
That's right. Well, I didn't post that on my normal Instagram, though. I did that on my nail Instagram thing.
Oh, okay.
Or
okay.
I don't even know.
I don't pay attention anymore. I'm just like, who's posting? I need content. I need to see something. My life is boring. Show me the goods.
Yeah. I don't know why I really stopped posting on Instagram.
Because it's boring.
I guess.
And it takes so much time.
It kind of does. And I think I told you this, that I had stopped kind of taking pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really like that I did that, because I love when my quote unquote memories pop up on Facebook. And then I'm like, I don't have any memories from the last however many years.
Yeah, I get it. It's such a hassle sometimes to take a picture, though. And a lot of the things I'm taking a picture of, I don't necessarily want to post for people to see. I just want to post so it comes back to me at some point, so I can remember it. But I don't want the masses to see it because it's awkward. And so I'm obsessed right now. I know we're going to get to Belize, but I have to tell you this because, we've been talking about the gray gloom and all of that and just getting through. And it's still we had some light today, but it's, it's still winter.
It's gray out there.
Yeah. I found these socks at Target. They're furry and they have little things on the bottom that make it so they're not slip.
Well, those are slippers.
Excuse me, they're slipper socks.
Okay.
And they are the best things I've ever bought in my life. I thought that they were kind of stupid. They're $7 at Target, and I bought a pair and I put them on, and it's like Cinderella's glass slipper. It fits perfectly. It feels like I'm barefoot, but my feet are warm, and I'm obsessed. I went back to Target and bought 3 more pairs so that I could have them always in case somewhere dirty, so I could always have a pair. Obsessed.
Are those machine washable?
They're machine washable and dryable, and it's like wearing a stuffed animal on your feet, but it's a weightless, life-changing.
I feel like I need to go get some.
They have 1,000 of them at Target, and lots of colors.
Did you get all the same color?
I did not. I got all different colors because I want to be able to match my jammies to my socks and shoes, my slipper socks. So,
Well, I always wear well, not always, but very often I wear slippers. I always at least have socks on in my house.
Yes. And I always have socks on, and I hate it because baby socks always fall off. And then I'm always sitting awkwardly in my office chair when I work from home, and my socks will pull off and whatever. And I get annoyed, or they twist, where the heel goes to the top. And it's just I hate my life now. I hate my life.
A lot of my socks have holes. And so I know.
Gotta get these, man.
I know. And I also need to throw away. So what I've been doing is throwing away whichever sock has a hole, but then I have then they're missing a pair. Yes.
Yeah,
which
isn't, it's fine, but it's
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Sometimes you just want to be put together. And in this current state of the world, it's hard to be put together all the time. And sometimes it's just matching socks. So there you go.
It can be, although my son intentionally mismatches his socks all the time.
Yeah, I get that. I went through a phase when I was in my early 20s, I don't need a match. I just go. I'm going to be that nonchalant person in life that's just cool and just goes with the flow and doesn't care. And now it's no, I'm obsessed with slipper socks. So that's the progression of life.
I'm glad that you shared those with me, because I'm going to put it on my Target list.
I will definitely send you a link because when I say I rushed to Target, it was the only reason I went to Target last Friday was just to get slipper socks. I bought some other stuff too, but it was just for the slipper socks. So anyway,
it's worth it. Sometimes I go to Target for, I don't know, a notebook.
Oh, do you leave with $100 worth of other stuff? Because that's my MO.
Yeah.
Because it's Target. It's the $100 store. It's fine.
It's
first
it's
world
the best.
problem,
I
but
love
it's so
Target.
good. It's so good. It's everything you want it to be and more. But I want to hear about Belize. So
okay.
So what I know it was a girls trip with girls you grew up with. Were they from the Mennonite community?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that was part of it. So I have a group of friends from that season of my life, like my teenage years, and there's 5 of us in this group. And let's see, 3 of them are sisters.
Oh, that's cool.
It is
that
cool.
makes it easy.
It is. And so 2 of them live in Belize, and then their sister, she was going to be there over the holidays anyways. And so there's 3 of them all there. And we had planned a trip to Mexico for 2020, which we all had to cancel. Mm-hmm. And so obviously my parents live in Belize and I wanted to see them as well. And I just was like, okay, if I go when 4 or 3 of my friends are there, that would make 4 with me there. And so anyway, so we were missing one.
Okay.
But there was 4 of us. And so we planned just a couple of nights at a hotel and it was awesome. I'm so glad that I got to see them and spend that time with them. It was wonderful. It was beautiful. Now, my friends, these friends they're like my dearest, oldest friends. And it's funny because they're going to listen to this podcast and I love them so much, but like, they're not like party girls. The first night we were there was we went to this restaurant. It was on the beach and there was a DJ and there was like hardly anybody there. It was dinner time. Mm-hmm. But I was like, after we ate, I was like, let's go dance. And they were all like,
no, not going to happen.
No. And I'm like, what? Like, come on. Like, why not? Let's go. And they were just like, yeah, like none of them wanted to do it. And so it wasn't that kind of
that wasn't the vibe.
That was not the vibe. And I was all like, hey, like, let's get some drinks and stuff. And which I still did, but it just was not, that kind of that kind of a like girls trip, but it was a really great girls trip. Like we just spent a lot of time just talking and we went for walks on the beach and just
enjoyed life.
Really relaxing.
Yeah.
Yes.
It looked beautiful.
And we ate good food and
what was the best thing you ate?
Oh,
or something that was memorable.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. So 2 meals come to mind. So first of all, the Belizean breakfast, which is so delicious. And so we did like, we like waited. We didn't eat right away. So we'd be like really hungry. And then we would eat this huge breakfast. And it's eggs, beans, fry jacks, which is like fried dough kind of.
Okay. I can get down with that.
Yeah. And what else is in the fresh squeezed orange juice from like real oranges, and then I think you could put like somebody got bacon and somebody got like I don't know what else, like, but the main thing is like eggs and beans and fried jacks and then a bunch of fresh fruit and stuff. So it was just like I love breakfast. Yeah. I'm a huge breakfast person. I love that. So that was amazing. And then this other meal we had, so we actually got to go out on my friend's boat. Her husband took us out on their boat. We went, they have a lot on one of the islands. And so we went to see that and they had just planted a bunch of coconut trees and they had, anyway, we went to their island, their beach. And okay, so then we got to go snorkeling and it was just, it was beautiful. It wasn't the calmest ocean day, but it was still really super fun. And I absolutely loved that. But when we got back, we were all hungry and we had lunch at like 3:00. So so we were ready to eat. And we ate at this restaurant that had, I don't even know what the cuisine is. Oh, wait, is it Filipino?
I was not there.
I know you weren't there, but I'm thinking maybe that was it. We all ordered, not all of us, but most of us ordered the fish and it was literally like a whole fish. But it was seasoned and grilled to absolute delicious perfection. It was so delicious. I don't know. They had this salsa that you put on top and it was fantastic. So I loved that meal. Yeah.
I can see it in my head and it seems like it would have been amazing. Like it makes me want to like grill up a fish right now. I think I have some fish jerky, so maybe I'll go put some salt, pepper on it and call it a day.
I don't think it's going to be the same, but yeah,
not quite. Yeah.
But yeah, so I loved those meals. And then of course, after that trip, I got to spend time with my parents and in their home, the home I grew up in Belize. My brother's down there right now with his family, so I got to reconnect with him.
Your Instagram stories were amazing and terrifying. The frog in the toilet was just like, where are you? Like not just one, it was like a plague a plague of frogs.
It felt like a plague of frogs. And it began on the very first night that I was there. I arrived and it was like they were welcoming me there. I mean, that's because, let me just tell you that frogs are the least of my creature stories of when it comes to my creature stories in Belize.
Okay.
Oh,
no,
yes.
Thank you.
Oh, I feel like I might write a book one day about all of the incidents and things that
just trauma
have happened to
trauma.
me. Because if it's going to happen to anyone, if it's going to be in somebody's bed, if it's going to land on someone's face, if it's going to be in someone's food, if it's going to, it's going to be me. It just is. It always has been. And so I have many stories with many creatures that are actually poisonous or dangerous. These frogs, those were entertainment. Also annoying, also slightly terrifying in the middle of the night when I had to go pee and was concerned that a frog was going to jump up and
into your cooter.
Is that really what you call it? Yes. That area that sits on a toilet. Naked and exposed.
Naked and exposed with frogs.
Oh my gosh. Because I didn't know they were coming up the toilet. I mean, I didn't find that out until like a couple nights later.
Yeah.
Because when I lifted the toilet seat and there, lo and behold, there's a frog literally in the toilet bowl looking at me. And then I watch it jump down the drain of the toilet. And then I run to get my phone to come back and to film it. And then it's like gone. And I thought, no one's going to believe me. But I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I
believed you. It was
real.
terrifying.
It was. Well, I was not scared. That's why, to me, it was funny. And like I said, it was entertainment. So I loved actually kind of waiting and wondering if there was going to be a frog.
Jayme, frogs are my least favorite animal. Like, I hate them.
What about scorpions or snakes or bats? Like, what about all those things?
No, because here's the thing. Okay, so I lived way out in the boondocks a while ago, and they had, I don't know, a pond or something. There's always these frogs. I'd come home from work, long day, and there'd be frogs all over the driveway. There was this one frog named Gus that would sit right by my door, and he and I had to have a talk. We had to say, listen, you're not coming at me. And the thing about frogs is you don't know where they're going. You know what I mean? A scorpion is not going to jump up in your face. A frog will. That's why I hate frogs. Snakes, they stay on the ground for the most part. You know what I mean?
Well,
but a frog, it can literally jump on your face. No, thank you. And I hate them.
Yeah.
I hate frogs.
Oh.
Hate them. Anyway, so that's why your instances were so disturbing to me. It's like frogs in the toilet, frogs in the showers, frogs on the floor.
I know. And the frogs kept coming up the drain of the sink of the, where I would brush my teeth or wash my hands or whatever, right? And so I started putting the plug in and so that the frog couldn't come up.
Why are they in the pipes?
I don't know.
How are they surviving?
I know. I think they're coming from the end of the pipe that goes out to, I don't know, the field or whatever and drains. I think they're coming up all that way.
That's just too much of a trek, man. Just stay in your lane. You know what I mean?
Right.
They got no business over there.
When you flush stuff down the toilet, does that not make them
just burst into their face?
That's
disgusting.
But doesn't that
push them down?
Flush them down? Yeah. I was like, what the heck, frogs?
Oh man, Anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But see, my parents don't really live upstairs. They live on the main floor. And so they have their bathroom and everything just on the main floor where they are. And so this was an upstairs bathroom where
the frogs just found a place they could be.
Yeah. And majority of the time, nobody's up there using the bathroom and flushing the toilet and whatever. But, why did I say but?
I don't know.
But they're not always there. This was unusual. That's what I was going to say. It's not I have never actually had that type of an experience with frogs in Belize before. I have had little mini frogs, baby tiny little teeny frogs, used to always be in the shower or even in the toilet. I actually did have an experience where I sat down on the toilet, was going to the bathroom, and then a frog literally jumped up and touched me.
That is not okay.
It is not okay. But it was a mini, a seriously tiny, the size of, an M&M, that small.
Okay, that's more terrifying because that thing could climb on and just go for a ride. You know what I mean? A big frog, that's not latching on, but a baby frog.
Oh my Lord. I didn't think about that. But yeah. So anyway, lots of frog encounters on this Belize trip. Fortunately, that was the main creature of the trip. I mean, I really didn't encounter any other terrible creatures. There was a sign. So we found this great swimming place, like what my friends and I, when we were down at the beach, it's a peninsula, and we kind of rounded the corner of it or whatever, went to the other side, and there was a marina, and there's this really calm, like beautiful place to swim. So we're like swimming in there, and then notice these signs that are like, do not feed the crocodiles. And we're like,
okay.
And I'm
maybe not like do not
real?
swim.
No. I'm like, is that real? And they're like, yeah. Yeah, probably. And I was just like,
okay.
Why are we swimming in here?
Yeah.
And then I was like, it's beautiful. It's calm. Like, I don't see any signs that say don't swim.
I'm sorry, but if there's a don't feed a crocodile sign, there needs to be a don't swim sign.
You would think, but there wasn't. And we just, you know what? We just kept swimming. And
you made it. You're here. You know?
And I was just glad that we didn't actually encounter one of those, because you know, we could have. I didn't see any snakes or scorpions on this trip. There were no scorpions in my bed. Yeah. So all in all, it was a very relaxed trip in that respect. Yeah. Because frogs, I mean, no big deal for me.
For you. Yeah. And out of all the things you listed, I guess that's the least deadly. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some poisonous frogs, but
there are.
I am assuming that
frogs.
those frogs
are not where you were.
Yeah, we're not. They're just, but again, like I didn't know where or when they were going to jump.
Exactly.
And
sneaky little buggers.
So did you see that picture that I took of the frog, or like that little Instagram post or whatever of the frog that was in the dish on the counter of the bathroom?
I'm sure I did, Jayme. I blocked a lot of it out.
Okay. Well, there it was, like sitting on the dish. And I'm like, well, I don't want it to jump onto me while I'm standing here brushing my teeth. Fair. So I need to get this thing out of here. So I took so it was like this bowl with a little tiny pitcher in the bowl. And the frog was kind of on the edge of the inside of the bowl, like between the pitcher and the bowl. Does that make sense? Like of the location of the frog. So I took hold of the dish on the other side, like where the frog wasn't, and the hold of the pitcher, and I kind of like tried to squish the frog in between so it would like couldn't jump at me. And then I carried it.
You pancaked a frog.
I pancaked that's right. So I pancaked the frog and was just hoping that it wouldn't jump out onto me, and I carried it like out to the deck, and then I flung the frog off.
Lovely.
But I didn't see it or hear it.
Oh, geez.
And so I do this like fling action.
Yeah. Very
and
dramatic.
then I'm like still holding the dish, and I.
Oh my gosh! Is it hanging on? It's clinging on for life.
It was clinging. It had like somehow clung on to the bottom.
Yeah, suction cup hands.
Yes, suction cup hands, and I'm holding the dish, and all of a sudden I see the frog eyes like come over the edge, and I was like, ah!
Yeah. He was gonna kill you. Yeah, you pancaked him, tried to toss him, and now gonna get you.
To the bottom of this plate, and I flung that thing pretty hard. Like I thought surely the frog.
There's no
flew
way
off, but it did not. So, and I didn't want to break the dish. Like, I mean,
at this point, you just throw it away. You just throw it out.
It's my mom.
She won't notice. It's fine.
So, how did I even get the frog off? I don't even know. I think I probably, because I had the pitcher in the other hand, and so I think I used like the bottom of the pitcher to like kind of like
jam the frog,
pry it, push it off the plate. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was a lot about frogs, but the trip really wasn't about frogs at all.
Yeah.
It was just lovely.
It was about friendship and love and traditions.
And some time with my parents. Like I got to go for a walk with my mom every morning, which is like one of my favorite things to do when I go home, and had some good conversations with my parents. And then I got to spend time with my brother and his family, like, and his kids, which I have not really gotten to do. And so that was amazing.
Yeah.
It was really, really fun. And
it was sunny.
Oh my gosh, it was sunny and warm, and it was humid. So the air just feels so soft. And that was one of the things I really noticed when I came home was that like
it's
instantly
dry
my lips were chapped, and I felt like
just
it was like
pulls from all the pores.
Just, like was sucked out of me instantly coming back to the desert.
Well, that's about right when you get to go to a beautiful tropical paradise and you come back to here for the winter disgustingness that's going to be another 6 weeks. So.
I know. But I was really ready to see my family again. Like I was really happy to be home. So it was kind of good. Like it was
amazing.
kind of good on both like
friends and family. Which
like to be able to go and like love being there and have a great time, and then actually be like really happy to come home. So,
that's the best way to end a trip, when it's like you're good to come back and you're not like depressed about it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, like if my family had been with me, I would have been like, let's just stay forever.
Did they mob you when you got back?
Well, I got back in the middle of the night. And so they were all in bed, but in the morning they did. Just Karis, my youngest. Yeah. She was very like, she just let me hold her and basically hug her forever.
That's sweet.
For like hours that day. It was, and they didn't have school the next day. So I was really, really happy to have that time just to be with them. So,
and you have another trip like planned right around the corner. It's like in April, right?
It's April, which feels far away. It's right around the corner, but is it?
But I mean, in COVID times, no, it's about 6 years away.
I know. That's what it feels like.
But in the real time, it's going to be amazing, because it's just like, boom, it's going to be here.
Yeah. I mean,
jealous.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but it does feel far away.
But at least you have something planned.
I know. Actually, that makes a huge difference.
It makes a huge difference.
Absolutely.
I keep thinking like, I got to be like Jayme, plan something in my life. And I'm like, I'm going to plan to go to the Target and get some more slipper socks.
Target is good too. That's a good plan. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that plan.
No, I'm going to walk down the candle aisle. I'm going to sniff tropical fragrances. I'm going to like look at some picture books and pretend I live somewhere else.
Yeah.
And, maybe pick up some of those Hawaiian macadamia nuts. And man, guess what? I've just traveled.
Vicariously.
Yes, through Target.
Right?
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah. So anyway. Yeah.